versus the Raiders. So Las Vegas is favored by 3, and that's going to be because Justin Herbert is listed as doubtful. And to be perfectly honest with you, both of these teams are not particularly good this year. And to be even more honest, I think I've consistently reviewed that the Chargers are an extremely talented team that have dramatically underperformed, and the way that they got beat by the Broncos this last game was really rather revealing, if you ask me. That's when Justin Herbert got hurt, and quite frankly, I think he's a phenomenal player, and to lose him is going to be real hard. However, you come over here and you see the Raiders. Really, no points. I mean, that's a horrible game. It was a 3-0 game against Minnesota. That's just an unwatchable game. The NFL should be embarrassed to see a game like that at all. Both of these teams, I think, have been quite poor, and the Chargers have been worse. That notwithstanding, I think the Chargers are still a much better team. And with that, I'm sorry, let me circle the bigger one up here. The Chargers have been a much better team. The Chargers are a better team. They've been playing at the same level as the Raiders. So this is, again, trying to do point spread. I have a feeling that the odd makers looked and said, who knows? It's at Vegas. We'll get the 3-point advantage, but we don't know. So by the numbers, the Chargers have a 75% chance of winning, which comes out to a 7.5-point spread. Again, I think the Chargers are done for the year. I think they're going to be having to fire their coach. I can only imagine that locker room is just completely lost. That notwithstanding, the Raiders' locker room is lost as well. So I'm showing that the Raiders will probably score between 10 and 16 points. I would guess that the Chargers should be probably closer to this lower point. And quite frankly, even though I think Brandon Staley seems to make his mark on figuring out what's the best move to do and doing the exact opposite, that's why he's going to be fired sooner rather than later. And if he's not, then it's just going to get worse for him. Perhaps during the sweepstakes to get a high draft pick. I don't know. But both of these teams are poor. Let's go and take a look at what the performance chart is supposed to say. It shows these teams pretty much even. A slight advantage over here for the Chargers and the rush. Slight advantage, assuming that Justin Herbert is playing quarterback. Maybe a slight advantage over here for some of the explosiveness. One thing I will say is, I'm sorry, that's the Raiders' slight advantage for explosiveness. The Raiders have also been throwing more interceptions, more sacks, quite a bit more sacks. Of course, this here's a direct matchup. So when you're going against Joey Bosa and that defense, you're going to expect to see some sacks as well. But, it's sad to see Justin Herbert get hurt, but they've been giving up sacks too. That team is way too good to be giving up that many sacks. Again, for a Thursday night game, this is going to be a rough one to watch, I think. So, and if you're having to make a pick because you have to, I'm going to take the Chargers just because they're a more talented team. Both teams have been playing quite poorly, but I think the preponderance of the talent is still on the Chargers. So good luck. And if you're a fan of one of those two teams, God bless you. It's going to be tough to watch. Anyhow, good luck and take care.